it's just such an honor to be here because in this room, I can feel the energy. The hope is kinetic. And that is what organizing is all about. Organizing is hope kinetic. It's when we take everything that we do, all that we are feeling, all of our visions and our dreams for the future, the America that we want, the world that we are fighting for, and we turn it into action. Organizing is hope kinetic. And I'm just so happy and honored to be here standing shoulder to shoulder with organizers who are working to change the future of the United States of America. So thank you all very much. I was trying to think about what I really wanted to share with you all today. And, as we all know, it's been kind of a crazy week, hasn't it? And I think a lot about this overall moment, not just today, not just this week, but really this larger moment that we're in politically. And I really do believe that we're in a moment where we are picking up where the civil rights movement left off. I think that's where we're at. I think that's where we're at today. And a lot of times we see the ugliness out in the world and we say, this is not America. But the thing is, America has always been the story of those fighting to advance the rights of others, and some clinging to a past to preserve the rights of a few. So this moment right now, this is America. America is the good and the bad. America is the hope and the despair. America is the tension between our future and our past. But I will always believe that when we make hope kinetic, the good will win. Always believe that. And when we talk about picking up where the civil rights movement left off, as Congressman Raskin mentioned, I am a student. I've always been enthralled with these kinds of figures in our history, whether it was Lincoln or whether it was King, what they had to grapple with in those moments. We often look at history through rose-colored glasses. We don't acknowledge the strife and the difficulty of the figures and leaders in our civil rights movement and in all movements of social justice in America. And about a year before King's death, he wrote this book. It actually, at the time, kind of faded out of print, and it wasn't reprinted until, I believe, about 10 years ago. And it was called Where Do We Go From Here? It was King's last book he ever wrote in his life. And the subtitle was From Chaos to Community. And that's where we are picking up. That is the chapter that we are opening up right now. And right now, there is a lot of chaos in our nation. It is part of the great duality baked into the DNA of America. Our nation was founded on founding fathers with utopian principles of freedom and liberty, yet who owned slaves. That is the duality. But over time, we were able to chip away at injustices and continue to expand the rights for all people. All people. It took us 200 years, over 240 years, for us to get Ayanna Pressley in Congress. It's taken us 240 years for us to get Ilhan Omar in Congress. It has taken us 240 years to get Rashida Tlaib, for us to get our frontliners and swing district members, Colin Allred, Cindy Axne. It's taken us 240 years for us to have this unique composite of a Congress in this moment, and we will not go back. We will not go back. We will not go back to the days of injustice. We will not roll back our rights. We will not deny liberty to our trans brothers and sisters. We will not deny our own humanity at the border. We will not go back. We will go forward. But we sure as hell will not stand still. We will move forward because we have no choice. We have no choice but to honor ourselves and future generations, to ensure that we do pass a Green New Deal and get 100% renewable energy. We have no choice. We have no choice but to undo the injustices of the war on drugs and decarcerate our system. We have no choice but to liberate working people from economic marginalization and make sure that every person in this country gets a living wage and health care as a right. We have no choice. Because if we do not move forward, we will move back. And there is no staying still. We wish we could, right? We wish the world could not change. The world will change. It is up to us on how it will change. And so the way that we do that, the way we move from the chaos in learning from King, is to establish community. That is what organizing in its essence is all about. We often have concrete outcomes when it comes to organizing. We may be organizing to elect a new person to office that has not been there before. We may organize to preserve our community. We may organize to make sure that we are not handing out billion-dollar public money packages for multi-billion-dollar corporations to come in. We may be organizing to preserve the rights of our brothers and sisters. We may be organizing for a lot of different points, but at its core, the way we achieve those things is by building community. And that, at its core, building community is hope kinetic. Organizing is hope kinetic. Knocking on your neighbor's door is hope kinetic. Picking up a phone is hope kinetic. And it is only when we make hope kinetic that we will change and create the future that we want to create. So I'm not here to tell anyone what to do or how to do it, but to only know that that is our mandate. Because the history of America is long, and we are characters in America's story. We need to choose who we are going to be in America's story. That's what this moment is all about. Because years from now, decades from now, when people ask, who were you then? You will say, I was a fighter for justice. You will say, I was hope kinetic. Thank you very much.